My name is Bill Hughes. I own and operate a livestock cattle auction. If something happened like the mad cow scare or the whatever, all farm markets are going to shut down anyway. Whether you can find that cow and say that's it and he did it and that doesn't make any difference, and they're going to prolong this political ball game as far as they can and get concessions from us, so we'll take this, we'll buy so many foreign cars we don't need, so you'll buy so much beef. I mean, that's just the way it is. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. That's politics. I don't like it. That's it. Since I was a little boy, and that was 63 years ago, we have had in place a brucellosis program. Every adult animal, whether they're going to Packers or not, must be blood tested at our facility and any other auction facility. That blood is tested for brucellosis, what they call a card test, on site. If they're negative, we sell it. That blood is packed up that night and shipped to a lab. Our lab happens to be in Rockdale, Texas. They run the test again. That cow goes to slaughter from there. If she does go to slaughter, she can go home, and that's the end of it. If she goes to slaughter, they pull the blood again. You say you want traceability. Every adult animal, I can get now, our actual barn representative has a computer. I walk in there, and 74 is a prefix for Texas, okay? So it's 74 JST 2510. And unless you this, I've been in this business now 13 years. You call me and tell me, in my pasture is this black white-faced cow, and she's tag number 819. Well, I can go back, and we call it a Bible. It has every number of every animal we sold that day. And I have every one we've ever had. And I look at 819. Well, 819 last week was a calf. 819 the week before that was a yellow bull. 819 3 weeks ago was a black white-faced cow. I can tell you, do you know John Doe? Yeah, he's my neighbor. Call him, you've got his cow. That's just how it works. It's there. Traceability is important. I'm not saying we don't need some farm. We don't need it on chickens. Okay? They're confined. I live right in the middle of Sanderson Farms. They got 500 chicken houses. If you don't believe it, just drive down the road and go. Okay?
You wear a mask all the time.
Don't do it, but it runs the aesthetics. You go outside. We happen to have a swimming pool. Our grandkids come. Got a 5-year-old granddaughter. Granddaddy, it stinks down here. Okay? Anyway, it does.
Please don't tell me it is.
But anyway, those chickens are confined. They're not going anywhere. They come in there with trucks. 3-4 hours, they're on the trucks. They go to Waco, they go to Bryan. That's the end of that story. You don't need to identify those plastic chickens. Okay? Sanderson knows where they come from. They know where truck 19 comes from. They know where he's been. They know when he comes. They know how many chickens on there. I don't know. It's bureaucratic. It's what I don't like about it. This is my business. And if it goes broke because I did it. And I don't like anybody telling me what I should do with my business. This gentleman right here is right about land. You say, well, that's my land. Don't pay your taxes and see what happens to your land. They'll kick your butt off of it.
Don't hold it close.
My name's Darren Turley. I'm with Texas Association Dairymen. I've been Dairyman all my life. The question was brought up earlier about the testing, and really the gentleman before me addressed that a whole lot. But the issue that we're concerned with is that testing may stop. We're actually becoming brucellosis-free, so there's no need for that to continue. And so without that sale-borne test that he's talking about, you lose a lot of traceability of these animals. And so that without any docking of these numbers to know where they started at and where they've moved and whose pasture they went to, it's a really big concern, especially in the cattle side, as he's talking to. But that's one of the things we're looking at is whether it's going to be maybe a national ID program in this as we get more of these diseases behind us, we hope, or something we won't face again. And so we're going to have to look at something taking the place of that if it's not going to be brucellosis testing. Whether it's a function of ID or it's continuing that testing, it's going to be very necessary for us to be able to have some means of tracking animals, because without it, we would be lost.
Hi, I'm one of those cross-the-border guys. I'm Brad Christmas, but I'm from New Mexico. I'm with New Mexico cattle growers, and we've got a lot of the same concerns. Something we've done a little different out there through the years. What I'm hearing today is everything's dedicated after the fact. You know, how do we find a disease? It's already happened. This world is driven by media hype. You know, you've had the tomato scare, the apple scare, the mad cow disease. It's all about money, and it's all after the fact. What we've done out there, and it's worked. We've got our New Mexico brand board, but we broke our state down into regions. We work with livestock auctions real closely, and I'm a fourth generation cattle rancher. I run about 1,200 head of yearlings. I run a yearling operation. We don't have mother cows anymore. But when I bring something into my area, if it comes from an outside area, it gets a health inspection when it comes in. It gets an inspection when it goes out in the fall. We have professional trained people looking at these cattle. They're not veterinarians, but they do have some serious training. But I can move within my own district from ranch to ranch or to my neighbor's place. We have cattle get out. They go 2 ranches away. I'm bordered by 2 very large ranches. Under some of the things proposed, or say for instance I have an animal get sick and die, the what ifs. Ultimately my entire herd could be condemned or whatever. I worry about that. The privacy issue scares me to death. It is my place. My family's paid in blood to keep it, paying those taxes and the things through the years. I want to see, there's going to be some kind of system. I know that. But I want to see something that's proactive. I want to see something that's not intrusive into your private business. If we're going to release the names of the CIA operatives, don't believe that we're going to have something that's secret in our business. It ain't going to happen. That's the sad part, but true. You worry about accountability. There's a bill in Congress right now that if I sell a horse to somebody and he sells it for slaughter, ultimately it can still come back to me. I can be prosecuted. So, no, we're facing a monster, but it's really all about money. It's economics, and it's the media. When I quit watching TV about a month ago, I feel a lot better and I sleep better at night. But that's what happened. That's the battle we're fighting. We're not trying to fight each other. We're trying to find a system. And that's what I want to see us all focus on. What can we design? What can we build that will work and work within our own industry and protect ourselves?